the beer challenge thing we did before, I think I could easily bring in like a Corona or a Blue Moon in the show, and it's like, oh my god. So,
I don't think we're gonna bring that back anytime soon.
no.
Folks on the bleeding edge. I don't think we're gonna make alcohol a main part of the show again. Although that was fun to do a couple times. I did enjoy doing that. But all right, so we're here to talk about Marvel Zombies, episode 3, as Andres so kindly put up right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
And this is the MCU's Bleeding Edge. I am Jeff S, aka True Knowledge, co-host of the MCU's Bleeding Edge, holding down the panel by himself. Andres, the pop culture guy, is holding down the panel, just the way he likes it, just him. You know. You're pretty high on Marvel Zombies, huh? Like, I mean, you dropped a 10 on like the last episode, you know?
Yeah.
You're pretty high on it, huh?
For the most part, I don't think it's the greatest thing, but it's a enjoyable, like Halloween thing to watch, and so it's been satisfying. I think this episode we're gonna discuss is a good episode, but it's not as great as episode 2. We'll get into it. But yeah, it's I think this episode is like an 8 out of 10. Just
are they trying to explain to us now that like what happened in the What If TV show episode or whatever is now like the actual reality of like their What If? Is that of their zombie apocalypse? Like that's the event that like like from that episode or whatever. It's like a shared reality thing.
Yeah, no. So this is a direct sequel to the episode of What If. So we're in the same universe as we saw in that episode. It was just that we're focused on other characters because that episode was focused on the main Avengers like Spider-Man and Black Panther. Ant-Man or whoever was in that episode. So it makes sense. So as you were saying before, Jeff, like we've been focused on phase 4 or 5.
I haven't watched that episode in a long time.
No, not either me, but I just remember who was in the episode, what they did. It was like it was a good, it was a great episode. So
from what I can remember, I enjoyed it. Like I remember liking that episode of What If and thinking it was good.
Yeah.
But but that was like that was the best season of What If.
Yeah, I mean, I think universally we all agree it's the only best season for that What If show.
It went to shit after that.
Like season 2 was like really bad, and then season 3 was like whatever. I was like, my god.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like Marvel is not exactly like killing it. Like, although I do still need to watch Eyes of Wakanda because I have heard like good stuff about that.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
I saw somebody on fucking Threads the other day trying to say that Peacemaker might be like the best superhero TV show ever or something like that. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, sir. That would be Daredevil, Netflix Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? Is the best superhero TV show ever. You know what I mean? And because that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? The best superhero TV show ever was Daredevil.
Yeah. Yeah. If I'm a DC guy, I'm going for Penguin. I think that is the greatest one. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think Penguin is better than Peacemaker.
Yeah, I mean Penguin is way better than Peacemaker. Unfortunately I wasn't in the finale, as I said last Monday. The finale was okay. I didn't like season 2. It was weak. It was not as good as the first season, and all that.
I've seen a lot of people like online slamming Gunn lately, like saying that like they're not, like Critical Drinker like put out like a hit piece on Gunn.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah. I need to see that one because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing as well with the negative, feedback of this finale, and I just think Gunn needed to like calm down and stop hyping the finale because I think that set up way too much expectations.
I didn't See, I don't go into like I don't go into stuff like that looking for cameos. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, like to me it didn't even matter. You know, like I didn't care that like nobody showed up or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's enough going on Peacemaker as it is. You know what I mean? You know, like you know they don't need to add a lot more to it. You know what I'm saying? There's already a lot going on. You know. With like the core, you know, group of characters that make up Peacemaker, you know what I'm saying? Well, that's cool that it's like a shared universe thing with that what if episode and all that. I like that. Like, you know, that's interesting. It was an interesting start to the episode, you know, like having like the flashback or whatever, you know, to start off the episode.
So like just give people context. So you know, the what if zombie episode we're talking about, the last image we got was the undead Thanos. So it was cool that this beginning, which I like, they picked that up and you know
it says in a flashback, Peter Parker, Scott Lang's head, and T'Challa arrive in Wakanda only to see it conquered by zombie Thanos. The trio fight him alongside Thor, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot. Thanos kills Groot and Rocket before gravely injuring Thor and attempts to snap the Infinity Gauntlet. T'Challa sacrifices himself to push Thanos into Wakanda's vibranium core, destroying the Infinity Stones and releasing a surge of energy. Peter, Parker, and Lang are saved by Rintra, Sarah, and the London Master, the remaining sorcerers of Kamatage. So I'll stop there. What'd you think about all that, Andres?
Very good. I really liked the flashback. It was very action-packed, which is good. I mean, you had your criticism, and everyone, I kind of agreed. You know, not focus on the OG, the first three phase of superheroes. The see Spider-Man, Ant-Man, Panther, you know, specifically. It was cool to see him and like seeing the undead Thanos like using the Infinity Stones was like really cool. I like the idea of the, you know, I mean, it's very traditional zombie thing, 101. Like the zombies do get smart. I mean, like you see that with the Dead trilogy and Walking Dead as well. Like Walking Dead has, I think zombies have gotten smart as well. Even the first season, if you watch the first season of Walking Dead, the zombies are completely smart there. It's just like over the seasons that became more like they became more traditional zombies, but whatever. So it was cool to see Thanos, this undead Thanos, being smart and using the like Infinity Gauntlet, using all the Infinity Stones we've seen with the Infinity Saga, and like using it was really cool. And like the whole sacrifice of Black Panther, I was not expecting. That was a really cool moment, really sad. And it was cool to see the narration of Peter Parker, you know, because he narrates like the midpoint of that flashback, and that was fun. So I dug that.
I'm not shocked that like the Walking Dead zombies at this point, like they've been the ones that have been still around, you know, like after like, you know, like 15 years or whatever, they're still sticking around. They are going to be kind of stupid and shit and whatnot, you know what I mean? Because like they're like, you see how they're looking nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Like they're sickly looking, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they already were zombies, now they're looking like really bad, you know?
Really bad. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like some of these, like, you know, zombies, when they're like very old zombies, like for so many years they've been like undead. Of course, they're gonna be stupid, you know.
Some of them are like missing meat on their body. That's just like bone or whatever, you know.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, that explains why Dead City is really bad, because the zombies are stupid there too. So. But yeah, so I like the flashback. It was cool to like really connect, as you were saying before, connect to the What If episode, and that was a really good, you know, start of this episode, which is great.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess it was okay. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was cool to see Spider. It's always good to see Spider-Man. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, it was cool seeing Black Panther without question. You know, as far as like them creating like this like massive power surge with the Infinity Stones or whatever by throwing the like, you know, the Infinity
vibranium.
Stones into like the vibranium core or whatever. Like, I don't really get all that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the Infinity Stones shouldn't just like explode and create energy and shit like that. You know what I mean?
No, and to be honest, I don't know. Like, I'm not a big Marvel guy, so I don't know how these like Infinity Stones slash gems like work in the universe. So because Marvel, like the phase, like I know how each one is used, from the MCU appearance they have, but like when you put them all together, it's like what else they can do. Because Infinity War, you see every time Thanos gets a gem, he doesn't use it all at once. Like he just uses it one and another. And the only time you use all that together is like snapping the blip and all that. So yeah,
You never really got to see like Thanos just like going around with like the full power of the Infinity Stones, like wielding it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
a whole lot. You know what I mean?
yeah. This is this episode is like really the only time I see that really. So so yeah, that part I agree with you, Jeff. That's the
I
part
mean,
yeah,
the whole concept of the zombie Thanos is cool. It's like a really cool concept. Don't get me wrong. Like it's definitely neat. Like, but at the same time though, like like how it's like a zombie and it doesn't even care that it has like an axe stuck to it into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, and like because he's a zombie, he doesn't realize that he can do like things like like create portals and just like pull out of the situation if he wants to. You know what I mean? Because he's a zombie.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's another question. I don't know. Like, I mean, I get the whole like world because we'll get into it towards the end of the episode. But like, I had question like, is the whole universe it's affected by the zombie plague, or it's just Earth? It's like how did Thanos get undead? Like
I can't remember.
yeah,
I don't remember them really explaining how he became like zombie. Like he just became zombie. Like,
Yeah. Oh no. I do remember this, and I put this in my my notes here. Like in the Marvel What If episode, the how we got to the zombie apocalypse, because you've been asking like how do we get to this point. Well, in that episode, I remember they tied it in with Hank Pym, aka Ant-Man, the original. He was going into the quantum realm, and then some creature that was like a zombified thing affected him, and so he was the first victim of zombify, and so he started the whole zombie apocalypse. It came from the quantum realm, and that's how like this whole zombie apocalypse of this Marvel zombies happened. So that's if everyone like wants to know like how this happens, like go see that episode. And I remember from last week I was like, oh, Ant-Man, Hank Pym got affected in the quantum realm, and when he came back, like out of the quantum realm, he literally started to infect everyone. So and like last week's episode, you remember San Francisco, where Ant-Man lives, it got affected and made sense because that is the tie-in to what happened to that like What If episode. Just bring that up.
I see. Most definitely.
So I was like, because you really, I was like, wait, how does zombie apocalypse started? Like, and I was like,
there you go, sir.
No, I don't want the Chloe Sal's award. Are you kidding me? I will take the Denny award over that chick. Oh my god, oh my god. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this brief explanation of the zombie apocalypse. It was easy. It was like, oh yeah. The Ant-Man's fault. So
yeah. So was that Scott Lang's head or whatever with Doctor Strange's
cloak.
What do you call it? Cloak together?
Yeah. He was pretty much headless from What If episode, and then that's how he is because they cut his head. Because as typical zombie thing like Walking Dead, you cut the limbs because that lets that stops the spread of the the zombie thing. be
Yeah,
effective.
it would make sense, and it would make sense too that like the cape would like still be alive, would still want to like serve somebody. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's not surprising. You know what I mean?
I mean, and the cape is like a sentient creature, so if you see the
Yeah, it's like it's of some sort. Yeah, it's sentient. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you've seen the two Doctor Strange films and the Infinity War movies, it's very sentient. So yeah.
They don't really explain what the cape is, to be honest with you. It's I don't know if it's like an alien race or something like that, or like I don't know what the fuck it is.
I just take it. No, I think it's more of like a magic cape, and it's like the lion, like the Aladdin carpet. It's like that. It's like this, like magical cape that's just alive and well.
It's like smart. It's like smart and shit and whatnot and everything, and like
Oh yeah,
can like help out the help people out and shit.
Oh yeah, and it does. It helped like Spider-Man, Ned from No Way Home, and pretty much everyone. They need help from any fall like traps and stuff like that. Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah. So So all right. So the rest of the episode is picking up with the rest of the team from like what's actually been going on with the show. In the present, Kamala and her group reach New Asgard with Blade Knight convincing Valkyrie to let them in by the way of God Khonshu, which I thought was neat. The Asgardians have been feasting thanks to a gift from the Queen of Sokovia, Wanda herself, who reveals that she regained her control of herself and is actually after Kamala's power to use with the energy surge. So I'll stop there, and I'll go to you, Andres. What'd you think about all that, sir? Like going back to the main squad and all that, and getting to new, whatever the hell that place is called.
I mean, it's New Asgard, but apparently they're in this like Lord of the Rings like temple or like I don't know what you call it, like cave that they can be like safe from the zombie apocalypse. So that's cool. Yeah, I love that that was actually a cool way to like get them into New Asgard is by like having a god, that Valkyrie or some of the the Asgardians know about, and so that was really cool. And it was a really funny gag actually. It was so cool. Like everyone was singing, Valkyrie was talking to Khonshu, but because she sees the protection of Khonshu, none of the heroes see that, so they just see her just talking like randomly, just the air, of like just up the sky or something like that, and that was so funny. And like I like how the heroes reacted. It's like, oh, okay, well, we're safe, And again, I love this idea of Blade Knight. It's pretty cool, and it's
I don't know why they're doing that though. Like usually like everybody sees Khonshu,
Yeah, I guess so. I did.
If he appears and there's people around, they see everyone around sees Khonshu, right?
No, in Moon Knight, like I mean, I don't know this character's like power set with Khonshu, but like I think if you are a descendant or you're a god, you can see Khonshu. It's like a ghost in a spirit. Like if you see it, you can see it. But
I think Khonshu can be tangible if he wants to be too. I think he can be seen if he wants to be visible. If he wants to like participate in the actual physical world or something like that in some way, I think he can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I can't agree with that. It's just that he doesn't do that. Khonshu. So, I mean, the other characters don't see that. So, but yeah, he can do that. I mean, like he has that ability because that's how ghosts and spirits usually do.
Well, he's a god.
Oh yeah, and yeah, that's true. He is a god. But yeah, I thought that section was good. The twist of like a Scarlet Witch, being the Queen of Sokovia and all that, and being smart, was not a big surprise. I mean, to be honest, I'm happy that Scarlet Witch is the main villain for this show because she's great. I like the zombify Wanda.
Yeah, they actually brought Lizzie Olsen to come back to do the voice acting and everything.
Yeah, she's great, and she's really good at being a villain. And I thought she did a really good job of like doing different voices. When you hear the regular voice, but then when you see the like zombified,
When we see her in the Avengers movies, that's going to be the end of the line for her character. That'll be it.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get into it, but there's other things you could do with her character because of a certain team we're gonna get soon. But we'll see what they're gonna do with that. But
I don't really think she doesn't. I don't think she would fit into whatever they're gonna do with the X-Men. I don't see her being a part of that.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, it's just me and just an X-Men thing. Like her connection with Magneto is like a very interesting thing, but that's also going to be a hard explanation. Like, well, I mean, we're getting Secret Wars, so I mean, they can reset everything, and like you can do a new like background of Wanda, say that her father was Magneto, and like we'll see. I don't know what's their plans, but whatever.
If they're going to reboot the whole the entire franchise and get over, you know what I'm saying? Then like they can do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they're going to eventually do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they are going to do that. I mean, they are doing it like a hard reset for the MCU after Secret Wars. So, and there's a lot more you can do with Scarlet Witch. I just, we have to wait. That's the thing. We have to wait for the new Avengers movies to come out, and then we can move forward with the other projects and all that. That's the thing. But yeah, so I think Elizabeth Olsen, great. I really like her performance as Scarlet Witch as always, and she is great in this version of Zombified Witch. It was not surprising that she was the main villain, and the twist that she's gaining intelligence again. That's like such a like tropey zombie thing where like the zombies not like all of them, like one of these zombies, like just one zombie gets like very smart. Like you see this with Day of the Dead. There's a zombie called Bob. He becomes more intelligent than some of the other zombies because of his interaction with this like mad scientist. And then 28 weeks later, and the new movie 28 years later, there's like one infected that is actually smarter than the other infected. Like that's such a like tropey thing. So it made sense that Scarlet Witch is going to be gaining like intelligence because of her powers, probably, whatever. So I like that, I like the twist, but it was not like a big surprise, what else? What we didn't, that was like the end point, right? Because we're not talking about the one with the food reveal, right?
No, that'll be the end section, like, right? That'll be that's the thing we talk about, but I don't think it was like really a big like spin either. Like it was just kind of whatever when they dropped the Scarlet Witch into the picture. You know what I mean? Like having her, her fighting Thor was somewhat interesting. But so the Asgardians have been feasting thanks to a gift from the Queen of Sokovia, Wanda herself, who reveals that she regained control of herself and is actually after Kamala's power to use with the energy surge. The food is revealed to be zombie remains that infects the Asgardians and Alexei, who then kills Zimu, Wu, and Death Dealer, while Thor fights Wanda to buy them some time. The remaining heroes escape in an Asgardian ship into space. They activate the transmitter, but the already stationed Nova Corps reveal the Earth has been quarantined as the Nova Corps general orders them to turn back or be incinerated. And that is the end of the episode. So, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of weak sauce. Like, the food, like having the food change into like zombie, like guts and shit. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, and like how, like, I thought initially they were poisoned and that's how she controls them. But like, how is it that they're going to be eating like the food of zombie remains and like that's how she's going to control them? Like, that's weird. I don't know. Like in The Walking Dead, Dead City, like Negan brought up the like he gave food like dead remains to like this other rival gang when he was like the leader of the survivors, and like it didn't seem like they were turned into zombies. It just like they throw up or something like that. That was kind of weird. But it was a cool moment. The scene like the food was not real, and like you saw the like the, I mean the actual like
Uh,
zombified
some
witch.
people, some people actually eat human meat, man. Like, did you ever see that movie with Alive or whatever, where the people like crashed the plane and they were eating human meat?
Yes, I do. I know what you're talking about. That's the Ethan Hawke movie, and yeah, I do remember that movie. Yeah, I seen bits of it. Yeah, they were forced to eat people, and there's a what is it? There's another movie like 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 Silence the Lambs. Hannibal Lecter eat people with parts. Like you remember the Hannibal movie where he cuts off like half the brain of like Ray the guy from Goodfellas, and like that was
Yeah.
like I mean look I seen that, so I was not surprised. I mean it's disgusting, dude. Like if I was in force like in the movie you brought up Alive, yeah,
I like Julianne Moore a lot, so I was happy that she was in that movie.
yeah, she's great in that movie.
She was good in that movie.
Yeah, good. And
I liked her version of Starling.
yeah, I love Jodie Foster's version. But no, Jerry Moore is great in that version of Starling as well.
Oh yeah, well Jodie
Um,
Foster is Jodie Foster.
Yeah, of course. I mean, she's great. I mean, she won the Oscar for that, so second Oscar for that. Yeah, and Thor. I mean, Thor.
Jodie Foster's been won a couple like one. She's won like 3 or 4 Oscars, hasn't she?
Two. She wants two.
Just two. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. 1988 called The Accused. If a great film. Not for everyone to watch. And then, of course, her second and just last win was the Silence of the Lambs movie. She won for Best Actress for that, so it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's been nominated here and there. Last time she was nominated for like a Netflix movie, based on a true story, supporting actress. But yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah. I seen that movie. It's pretty good. It's a very interesting movie. But yeah, so seeing Thor find Scarlet Witch was cool. That I was not expecting. It was really cool to see Thor using like his thunder powers that from like the Thor Ragnarok film. Because one thing I didn't like about Infinity War and Endgame was that like they gave like Thor like I like the art, but like I don't know why Thor needed what is it, Stormbreaker? Like, why you need another hammer? Like, you have like a power that's like useful, like the thunder powers he had that he discovered in the third Thor movie. So it was cool to see that again and full use here, and it was cool. He had a cool design here where he's like half burned because of his battle in the beginning of the episode. That was really cool. Like, I like that design of Thor. So I really dug that battle between him and Scarlet Witch, and you know, what else? But it was kind of stupid that Alexei was eating food and like he was getting affected by it. That I did not like. That was like, oh god, really? It was just too stupid and comedic, and it's like, come on, like he should be dead by like getting like infected by one of those zombies, or like he would sacrifice himself to save them, like give them time, right? Like I don't like the way that we took out Red Guardian, like
Yeah. It wasn't a very good death for him.
yeah, and so I thought that one was really bad, but yeah, it was a good midsection. I really liked it. I thought Kamala had really good moments here. It was really sad to see Death Dealer and Wu die. That was really sad because they were great characters from last episode, which I really love. But I was not like I was kind of happy that Simo die. I didn't like Simo in this version, so I was not sad or like fuzzed up about Simo's death. So I was like, yep, he's dead, and his death was quick, which was cool. And then yeah, and of course the reveal of the Nova Corps quarantine the Earth and not allowing everyone out was a nice twist. But again, that was not like a big surprise. It made a lot of sense that like the Nova Corps is probably like, you know, like as every zombie apocalypse, there's not going to be like a happy ending. So like this was like, oh, it makes sense, that the biggest like police, what do you call it, force in the planet, like in the universe, will quarantine the virus and like, you know, and not let everyone out, no matter what, to like, even spread more over the universe. So it makes sense what they did, because that's the same thing what 28 Days Later did and the sequel that came out this year, is quarantined like the whole planet, and so it makes sense. So that twist was like a very good twist, and it wasn't like this happy ending. It was like this shock that, oh, it was a false hope, and like they were pretty much in trouble now,
Yeah, essentially, that's right. So yeah, I mean, honestly, that's pretty much it. Like that's pretty much the episode. Like, I mean, there's not much else to really to talk about it. I mean, it's so like they end the episode in like in like a really like hairy situation.
Yeah.
Like kind of like leaving the you kind of reeling a little bit in the audience. You know what I'm saying? For episode 4, to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, it's Miss Marvel's show. Like, she's like the main character,
Yeah, and actually, that's one thing I like about this show. I think it's because they focus on Miss Marvel. I think that's a good lead. I like that she's the lead for this show because I mean, Emily Villani is a great actress, and I like her version of Miss Marvel. She's definitely the character, and so like if anyone was going to be a lead, I think she was the perfect lead, and her or Alina were like the two that I was like fine to be the leads for this show, because it was no way I didn't want like Ironheart to be lead, because that was going to be awful, or like some other character we don't like. So I was happy that Miss Marvel was the lead.
Yeah, no fucking She-Hulk.
Yeah, no She-Hulk. Yeah, exactly. So
All right.
I think yeah.
Well, let's do our ratings then, and we'll get out of here. What's your rating on the episode, sir?
Yeah, I already said it before. I give this like an 8.5 out of 10. It's a good, decent episode. I don't think it's like the best for this show. I already saw episode 4. I'm very curious what you guys gonna think about it. But yeah, I think it's a decent show. Nothing to brag about. So
I'll give it like a 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just wasn't feeling it that much, to be honest with you. To tell you the truth, like.
Yeah,
how they ended it with the Nova Core and everything, and then like some of the stuff with zombie Thanos, like I don't know.
Yeah, well,
having Wanda show up in human form again, like after she's already a zombie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, see that didn't bother me, because that like she kind of did that in the movies. Like you remember in Doctor Strange 2, like when Strange was going to meet up Wanda to help her about because before he knew that it was Wanda that's gonna was who wants Chavez. She was able to fake like her like this whole forest that's like so pretty that it was actually this dark like reflection, and that was so fake. And same thing with Westwood, WandaVision was she was able to construct this whole town into like sitcoms, so I was not surprised she was able to do like a construct of her like human form. That was actually a cool thing. But the thing with Thanos, I agree with you, because that like we had never saw that, and plus I don't know what's the rules of the Infinity Stones. I mean, I don't know. It was weird. And you brought up the ending. This ending supposed to be the thing for episode 4, because I don't like the ending we got for next episode, which we'll get into next week. I just felt like this made more sense as a season finale, where next episode is kind of weird, but we'll get into it. But that's my thoughts.
I really like the concept of WandaVision with her like creating the hacks with their powers and everything. It's a really really cool concept. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I was not surprised she was able to do that. Like making her like be like she had her full skin back.
All right. So let's see if I can find your YouTube channel. We'll do your plugs.
Yes, thank you. I just want to thank everyone for joining us tonight with this awesome brief and awesome review of Marvel Zombies Episode 3. Very glad that we're gonna wrap this up. No, I'm working on a new video soon. I'm gonna upload it tonight. New shirt is gonna be in tomorrow. It's gonna be a clip from Evil Dead 2. Oh, by the way, I guest star over Luke's channel, the Franchise Addict. We have a two-parter podcast you guys can check out now. He told me he released it by 6:30 Central Time. His time is different from us. So they're up in his channel. I did a review with him of Evil Dead 2. That was really awesome. And then we went for 3 hours of just, after we finished with Evil Dead 2, we talked about movies in general, like our favorite directors. It was just a blast discussion. So he told me we had to do a two-parter. So the first part is going to be mainly the Evil Dead 2. And then the second half is all about like movies and our favorite directors and all that. And just, movie talk in general. So it was a really blast last night. It was really awesome. And he will probably come over this Sunday for Scream 3 live stream review, maybe. Hopefully that will pan out. So we're going to get a guest for Scream 3. And by the way, that's going to be our next live stream review this Sunday. So hopefully nothing changes. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So thank you, everyone. Please support me, Cyber and Jeff's channels, and grow even more this year.
All right. So that's it for Marvel Zombies Episode 3 recap. We're done. We're out of here, folks. Peace. Have a good night.